Welcome to OK Boomer, a podcast where a borderline boomer reality star mom
and her millennial daughter
bridge the gap between two feuding generations through celeb news, all things Bravo, their personal lives, and...
well, you're just going to have to listen to find out.
Hi, so, we're back.
We're back, and a lot has changed.
A lot has changed.
And how are you handling it all?
Oh man. Well, you know what? Let me just start this podcast
from the beginning.
Let me just start from the beginning. Number one, in the time that we've been gone, we've gained a lot of new followers on our Instagram.
Have we?
So I just want to welcome the newbies. Welcome, newbies.
Newbies.
This is our podcast. I'm Beva. This is Anna.
My mother.
And this is OK Boomer, the pod. Okay.
Yes.
We took a little hiatus because I had a baby.
You have a baby now. Now there's three of us.
I have. Yeah, exactly.
Because she will be interrupting a lot. We
got to change our graphic on the podcast to include her.
Oh yeah.
Because she will be, I mean, in 30 minutes, I bet she'll start crying. But yeah, welcome. I had a baby.
And her name is Lola.
Yeah, for everybody, for the people who have been following along when I wouldn't give away this name, the name is Lola.
Lola, and you Anya thought Steve. I would hate it, and I love it.
I really did. I really thought that you would be like, oh my God, and you loved it.
I loved it.
Beyond that, like, everybody loves it. I don't know if people are just being nice, but I feel like people like really like the name.
And she's such a Lola.
She is such a freaking Lola. She's very
perfect.
Cute. So I would say that that's my highlight for sticking to the format of the show.
It's my highlight too. And after she was born, there's been no lowlights. I mean,
there have been some lowlights for me.
Yeah.
There have been.
I mean, for me is that I'm just too
far away
and too attached to her. And, you know, I cry about it a lot.
You do. I mean, God,
more than you know.
My mom will literally get on FaceTime to see her and just start crying. Like, that's where we're at. Also, God forbid I answer the FaceTime call and it's on my face and you're like, turn the camera. I don't want to see you. Like, okay, all right.
Jeez. I don't want to miss anything.
I know. Wait, just now when she was up, are you going to start crying right now?
No.
Oh,
I'm not crying. You're crying.
My God. Stop. You're a lunatic. Just now, she like coos a lot. Like, whatever. I told Jolene this. I was like, I hate to be this mom, but like, I think she's a genius. Like,
oh, well,
they're not supposed to start
she's a
cooing.
Prodigal child.
Well, they don't really start cooing until like 2 months old, and she's been cooing since she was like 6 weeks old. Okay, let's just start there. Second,
it's just a lot of things that she's done really early. It's I know everybody thinks that.
I know. I know. I hate to be that freaking person, but whatever. She's a genius.
I make everybody look at pictures and videos of Lola. People that I met like 5 minutes ago, they have to see it.
I do the opposite because I'm so aware of it. So like we went to a birthday party recently, like the first time we went out, and people were like, so how's it been? And I'm like, good, period. And they're like, can I see photos? And I was like, oh yeah, whatever. Like I wait until people ask. And then the fact that she's not on my background of my phone, people are like, she's not your background. I'm like, I don't want to be that girl. She's eventually going to be on my background.
Oh my God, Beba, you are, let me just tell you something. You are so that girl.
I know.
And I never thought you would be, and you are. And
it's really bad.
Like, no, it's not. It's so incredible to see how you have embraced motherhood and how it's been so natural for you. One thing I do think is funny is that you don't eat humble pie at all when it comes to Lola. I'm like, oh my God. She's more beautiful than whatever. I know. Oh my God, yeah. She does this. I know.
Yeah.
Like instead of going like, no, whatever, we'll see. No, I know.
No, she is. Yeah, everything is. She's.
Yeah. And usually, people are a little more humble than that. And you're like, no, I know she's perfect. And so
she's an angel.
Why am I going to pretend?
She's actually not an angel. I hear a lot of people, like I would hear a lot of people
No,
talk
I don't think
about,
she's an angel. I don't think
no,
she's an
she's
angel
not.
of how she
A
behaves.
lot of people would say like, oh, I have my baby is like such an easy baby. I like don't have an easy baby. I know that for a fact.
But I don't think she's difficult either.
She's not. She just has like quite the personality. It's like, God
She
forbid you
does.
don't give her enough attention and she'll just be like, "Rah." I'm like,
Right. But
okay,
she's
well,
had the benefit of having you and John Liam 24 hours a day
I
there.
know, I know.
You know, you're lucky because not everybody gets to do that. And you both were able to take the time off to really bond with her.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah. It's been great. I was recently it's been great. I have some lowlights. I want to talk. I feel like I should talk about my birth story. I don't know if people give a shit, but I feel like I
No, you
should
should.
go
Yeah.
into it for the people who have been like on this journey with us.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
for the people who don't give a shit, I'm so sorry, but this is a birth
Fast
story
forward.
episode. Yeah, fast forward to like next week's episode because this is a birth story. We're not going to do celeb news. We're not going to do whatever. We're just getting our feet wet again. We're trying to figure out what we're doing here. Okay.
Okay.
Season 2, baby.
Can we do a quiz?
I don't have a quiz. You think I have time to fucking look up a quiz right now? My quiz question will be like mom related stuff.
Okay.
Okay. My birth story. Here we go.
Here we go.
So I'm going to preface this by saying I know a lot of people don't have like the same type of like some people have like very traumatic experiences, some people like whatever. I had a very easy labor delivery, I would say. Wouldn't you? Like
Yeah.
maybe I have
Yeah.
amnesia, but like when I
No.
think back on it, I'm like, it really wasn't that bad. That being said, I was induced. I didn't have like the whole experience of like, oh, my water broke, blah, 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 blah. Like we have to rush,
Well,
blah,
you
blah,
were
blah.
in bed and you go, I think my water broke.
Yeah. Oh my God. I hated that part. Okay. So again, for those of you who are new, I had gestational diabetes. And when you have gestational diabetes, your baby has the possibility of being really big. So they advise you to induce to avoid a C-section, to avoid, any complications. So I induced at 39 weeks and 2 days. My doctor forgot to schedule my induction at the hospital, which was sick.
I didn't like that
And
woman.
really fucking annoying. So we had to kind of like fib. So because there was no appointments for inductions at the hospital. That's number
Right.
one. So
Right.
I went in on, I went to my OB's office and she did a membrane sweep to kind of get things a moving,
Mhm.
which was, by the way, probably the worst part of the entire thing.
Really, I've never heard of
Oh,
that. What's a membrane
A
sweep?
membrane sweep is basically like she finger blasted me.
Oh my God.
And she just like moved things around inside. It was so intense. It was like 30 seconds of her just going like,
Wow.
it was so painful. And then she took her hand out and I was just gushing blood.
Ugh.
And she was just like, don't worry, it's normal. It's going to get things moving.
Yeah, whatever.
So she
Yeah.
had to call the hospital and be like, hey, my patient, this
Bleeding.
no, not even bleeding. She's like, my patient just did a non-stress test and I'm a little worried about what I'm seeing. So I'm going to send her in. And they were like, okay, great. So that's the way we got into the hospital.
Right.
We had to
Which
lie.
you hate
I
lying.
hate lying. So it
I
was
know,
so
but it wasn't your
stressful.
fault. It wasn't
know,
your
I know.
fault. She screwed up.
Yeah. But I love that she was like, she was lying with me. So that was great. So she did a membrane sweep and she's like, called the hospital. She's like, okay, go in. And I was like, okay, great. But she's like, do you have your hospital bag? I'm like, everything's in the car. We're ready to go. She's like, go eat something because the second you go in there, you will not be able to eat because when they induce you with Pitocin, you can't eat.
No, you can't.
So I was like, okay, great. And she's like, and eat whatever you want. And I was like, yeah, but the gestational diabetes, she's like, it doesn't matter now. Just do whatever you want, eat a big meal, whatever. So me and Jolene went to like our favorite restaurant. I got a fried chicken sandwich. I got a Thai noodle salad and I had a Coca-Cola.
Wow.
I had not had a soda because soda
You
like
had
spikes.
2 entrees?
Correct.
Wow.
But thank God I did. So I go
Thank
into the
God.
hospital. They induced me at like, I would say at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was in labor for 26 hours. For 26 hours, I did not eat a single thing. And because of that, my blood sugar dropped so much. And for 9 hours in the beginning of my labor, for the first 9 hours, I had a migraine that could knock
Poor
anybody
thing.
out. It was the worst. I would say that was the worst part because I started having contractions. I didn't feel them because the migraine was so intense. And
But your doula really helped you.
yeah, so they gave me Tylenol. Tylenol was not helping. My mom went out to CVS to go get peppermint oil, and this woman was rubbing peppermint oil on my head, giving me a massage. Like we had all the lights turned off. Like it was so that was the best, and that truly helped, guys.
Yeah.
If you have a headache, get a peppermint oil head massage from the person to your right. Like it was,
Whoever that may be.
thank God. It just offered a bit of relief. It's not like the headache went away, but it did
No, but
help.
it did. Yeah.
So yeah, had a migraine for about 9 hours. At around 3 a.m., my mom and John Liam are asleep in the room. I'm still kind of like half awake and my migraine is gone. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Like,
Was I actually asleep?
yeah, you and John Liam were dead asleep. I remember because it's when I felt my first real contraction and it happened. And I was like holding on to the bed and I was like, oh my God, this
Oh
is
my God.
so intense, but I don't want to be a little bitch about it. So I felt it and I'm like, I don't know if that's like the worst it could be. So I'm not going to call the nurse and say I want the epidural, but it was really intense. I was like, I'm just going to wait. And then another one came like very
But then
soon
at some
after.
point I woke up, right?
Well,
Like around that time.
Well, you woke
because-
up because I called and they were like, yeah, hello. And I was like, I need the epidural. And that's when you woke up and everybody came in, whatever. And I just
Right.
started sobbing because it hurt so much. And then I think after the third contraction, like really intense contraction, my water broke because it was so intense. And that's
Right.
when I started really crying because
I don't remember you crying that much. You
I
cried,
was
but it was so subtle. It
I was
wasn't like
crying because I was scared. Number
you were
one,
scared. Yeah.
I was so scared of the epidural. I don't know if I told you that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was terrified of getting the epidural. I don't know why. And I do know
Yeah.
why. It's a huge needle that goes into your back and like,
Yeah,
ugh.
but you have so much pressure in the front that it's like the pain is diverted. Have you ever gone like anytime I get my blood drawn, I'll like pinch myself on another part of my body so that I can't focus on that. It's
Smart. I should do
it
that.
works. And
Yeah.
so you had pressure in the front. And so I don't remember like that being that painful.
For me, it was the fear of it was worse than what it actually was.
Right.
But I think I was just like crying because I was scared that it was coming. And then also it was the first time that I felt like I have zero control of what's going to happen right now. Like
That's a
water
problem
is
for you.
pouring out of my vagina and I was
No,
like
and also
embarrassed.
yeah,
But it was so weird.
it was also that you hate to be dirty. And
No,
so I was,
Mommy,
you
I
weren't
swear,
focused on
it
that?
was not even that. I didn't even give a shit. There was
oh, okay.
blood everywhere 24/7. I was just like, I smelled like shit. I was like, I don't care. I did not care
I
at
don't
that
think
point.
you did.
I only cared once I delivered her. And then I was like, I told John Liam, I'm like, when we get to the postpartum room or whatever, I need to wash my face. Like I was dying to wash my face. That's what I needed.
Yeah.
But during it, I didn't give a shit. Okay. So yeah, I would say 3:45, I get an epidural. Around 4:30, it like really kicks in. And I was like, we're coasting. So from 4:30 in the morning until I delivered her.
Yeah, you were like nothing.
It was fine. The only thing that sucked after that was I had strep B, which when you have strep B, every 2 hours they have to do an IV of
Antibiotics or something.
penicillin. The
Oof.
penicillin hurts.
Yes.
This is for if anybody's pregnant, if you get diagnosed with strep B right before you give birth, know that it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucked. And
Yeah.
ask for them to administer it very, very slowly, even if it takes like fucking 4 hours for it to go in and you only have a 30-minute break.
Hell,
It
yeah.
stings. You feel nauseous after. It sucks.
Yeah, you do
It
feel
sucks. It
nauseous.
sucks. It sucks. But yeah, I fell asleep after that point. I woke up, watched a ton of Sex in the City.
Sex in the City. Yeah.
So much Sex in the City.
Yeah, I know.
Which was great. Thank God it was
great.
like a marathon on E. I feel like that was somebody looking out for me.
And
And
at that
then,
point, you were allowed to have like tea with honey and stuff.
yeah, I would,
And you were like, I had brought you one, and can you bring me another one? That's the best thing I've ever
it was the
had.
best. It tasted like liquid gold. It was so
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
It was the honey at the end of the honey at the end of the
Yeah.
tea. We were
Yeah.
like, oh, I need more. Um, so yeah. Then at around 5:15, I was ready to go. I was dilated and I started to push and she came out at 6:01 p.m. Actually,
Wow.
the thing that I am the most proud of, I'm sure other women have this fear too. If anyone's pregnant or planning on becoming pregnant, you're scared of pooping on the table. And let me tell you, it's a real fear and that's okay.
Did you poop?
I did not poop on the table. And
I
let me
didn't
tell
either.
you why. Pilates. No, I'm serious.
Right. You
If you
engaged your core to hold it in.
Everyone is like, anytime you ask anybody about like, how do you like when you're pushing, like, what does it feel like? And everyone's like, it just, you push like you're pooping. No, you don't. If you're pushing like you're gonna poop, guess what?
You're
You're
gonna
gonna
poop.
poop.
Yeah.
Even though like I hadn't eaten for hours and hours, I could have pooped.
Of course you could have pooped. You had 2 entrees for lunch. I mean, come on.
um, so you put like when you are engaging your core, you're just like pushing like from your stomach. And I pushed so well. I sound like I'm bragging. And you know what? I fucking am. I
You are.
pushed so well that she came out and she would have come out in like 30 minutes. They say that they don't call the doctor until like you are about to start crowning. And my doctor was like, her office is like truly half a mile away. So they're like, we're not going to
I
call her
can't
yet.
stand your doctor.
So
Oh,
so the two nurses were like, oh shit, we have to call her. And so they called her and she was on her way. And so for like 5 contractions, they were like, don't push. I was crowning and I couldn't push, which was the worst.
that's ridiculous. Somebody
That
else
was
could have delivered her.
that's what I said. I was like, can't you
Yeah.
guys do it?
Yeah.
It was a whole thing, whatever.
I thought the funniest part was because, okay, so let's talk a second about your doctor. No need to badmouth her because, she's very competent, but she's very transactional, let's say.
She was very intense, I will
You're
say.
right.
But
And,
that's what we liked about her. She
you
was
like
very
that,
like no
right?
bullshit. And I needed that when it was go time. Like that's what
Right.
and let me tell you, she was great when she was delivering Lola and I was pushing and stuff. I would give up on myself. Like when she was
Well, that's every
really coming
doctor.
out, I
Yeah.
was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I would push and she'd be like, what are you doing? Don't stop pushing. She's coming out. She's right here. Blah, blah, blah. Like she motivated me to like keep
Right.
going.
I mean, that's great. And then all of a sudden she tells you, you want to pull her out, but not like,
Oh my God.
Eva, do you want to pull her out? It's like, the suggestion was pull her out or you're a loser.
Yeah. Which, to be honest, I'm
You
actually
would
glad
have
I
felt
did.
that way.
I'm glad I did. So
That must have felt so weird. I don't think I
for
could do that.
everybody, I'm sure there are people who have seen that episode of Kardashians where Courtney pulls out Mason from her vagina when she's delivering him. I did the same thing. And it was not because I wanted to. My doctor truly forced me. She's like, do you want to pull her out? I didn't say anything. She asked again. I didn't say anything. And the third time I was like, I guess I'm pulling her out. And I pulled her out and put her on my chest, which was, listen, that's a pretty cool experience. I kind of wish somebody had filmed that part, but it's definitely the reason why I tore, because I remember pulling her out kind of like towards the right. And that's like where my stitches were. It's like the right of my vagina. So I wouldn't have torn. Actually,
Well,
that's not
she
true. I
could have
probably would
given
have torn
she could have given you some guidance.
on how to pull her out. Listen,
Yeah, like
there
just
was a
say
lot
like
going
pull
on.
straight forward or whatever.
It was
Anyway.
so whatever. It was very strange. But yeah, then she was here, Earthside, and I did not feel an instant connection of like, oh my God, my heart is outside of my body
I
thing.
know. I
did not
noticed
feel
that.
any of that. I was just crying because I was crying because I couldn't believe what I had done. Like I was proud of myself. And two, I was so relieved. Like the anxiety of being pregnant, I think, especially
Right.
after everything happened with Gotti and stuff, like
Yes.
the anxiety, it wasn't fun for me to be pregnant. It
No, of
wasn't.
course
And
not.
and if I get pregnant again, it's not going to be fun for me.
Right.
And so I was just like to finally have her and here and be safe and alive and whatever was oh like such a relief. I could cry.
But boy, you bonded after. You
Yeah.
really bonded.
Now it's
You,
like I cannot she's like I'm obsessed with her, but like it took a long time. I felt a lot of resentment and like I I think there was a lot of like what did I just do, because it was so hard in the beginning. It really really was. It's not easy and like you're
no.
exhausted and that adds a layer of stress and like it's just it's really fucking hard. It is. And people who say that it's like, oh yeah, but I love her and blah blah blah. It's
But
like,
you also expect so much from yourself. You exclusively breastfeed her. You know, anytime she wants. She has grown. By the way,
she's so big.
she wasn't big at birth like they thought,
Yeah.
you
Oh
know?
yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
For anybody who's like fearful with gestational
Yeah.
diabetes, like what they tell you the weight is, it's not fucking true. They told me she was 8 pounds when I was 37 weeks and she was born 7 pounds.
7 pounds exactly. Yeah. She wasn't that
So
big.
she didn't like, yeah. And then she
She's like
lost.
50 pounds now.
I mean, she's a monster baby,
She is a monster
but
baby,
it's
but
good.
yeah, she's adorable. I am so proud of the mother that you've become. I don't know what I expected, but
Not
you're
this.
just no, I don't know why. It's wrong. I feel bad, but I thought it's instinctual for you. You know, when it kicked in.
Yeah.
And you were
Yeah.
so self-aware of, you know, postpartum depression, and you would tell me, I think I'm feeling a little down, and we, you know, found some natural stuff that could help you, and like
Yeah.
stuff like that. You've been very on top of it, and you also you have fun with her.
We do. We have a lot of
That's
fun together.
important. That's important. And so
It's because she sleeps so much that when she's awake, I'm like, let's play. It's also like it could be so exhausting when she's awake and stuff and whatever, but then when she's asleep, I'm like, "Ugh, I miss her. Like, wake
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's great.
Yeah. It's
So when's the
been,
next one?
I know. You know, I had the thought the other day, like, of like, maybe I should. And I was like, no, babe, I should stop. Don't even be crazy.
I mean, I think like 2 years in between is
I think
good.
that's
Like Lourdes
right.
had
That's my
six
plan.
children, 2 years in between, and I
Yeah.
think that's because it's hard. It's hard, and
It
you're
is
far
so
away, and you don't have like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you moved back to Miami, then
Yeah,
we
that's
could.
not gonna happen. Yeah, so
That's your birth story.
that's my birth story. That's my highlight.
So
Then,
we need to introduce Lola to people.
well, she's not awake. This is Lola.
Aww. She looks like a little tamalito.
She's a burrito. She's
Oh
a
my
little
God.
burrito. My lowlights have been obviously I don't sleep. Even though she's getting a lot better, she did a 6-hour stretch last night.
Wow, Beva.
I know
That's
it's huge,
amazing.
huge, 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 huge. My eating disorder is fully back in full
Really?
swing. Oh my God, it's really bad. And of course, my therapist decided to take like a fucking 2-month vacation. So I haven't had therapy since I've given birth. I have it
Why,
next
babe?
week.
You feel like that you're fat?
It's
You look amazing.
yes, I do feel heavier because I'm 20 pounds overweight, and I'm 20 pounds overweight of what I was before I got pregnant, but I
Really?
was underweight. Yeah, I'm 20 pounds overweight.
Oh, wow. It
You
doesn't
know
look
what?
like
That's
it.
not true. I'm not 20 pounds
That's not
overweight.
true. You told me 16.
I'm 15. I'm 15 pounds overweight. But I keep trying to tell myself, like, number one, I was underweight before I
Yeah.
got pregnant. So I'm like, "Ugh," but
Yeah, I'm underweight too.
I'm doing like the full back to disordered eating thing where like by the end of the night, I'm thinking about everything that I ate. I'm doing shame stuff. It's bad. So
Well,
I need to like,
I think it's gonna, you know, you need to work on it, but I think having your daughter and not wanting that for her. I know right now she doesn't notice,
Oh no,
but
that's why I need
need
to
to
tackle
work
it
on.
because I do not want her to suffer with
Right.
this the way that I suffer with it. It is
Right.
such an energy suck that doesn't need to be like, I don't need to be thinking about this. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I didn't notice. But when did that start?
From the moment I gave birth, I would check my stomach every single day to see how much smaller it got. And then thinking like, when is this going to be back to normal? And then now I'm like fully recovered and stuff. I'm almost 2 months postpartum and I'm like obviously not back to like my original weight because who would be? And I feel crazy about it. And that's not cool.
No, because you look great. You can't, I don't know where the weight is. So, I mean, honestly, just don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself because, I mean,
I
there's
know.
no point to it.
I'm gonna work on it hardcore with
And you got your tennis necklace, the push present. That's important.
I got the tennis necklace.
Because it's the least he could do.
It was the least he could do. And it is still the least he could do.
No, but he's helping a lot. He's helping a lot.
Oh my God.
We are very impressed with John Liam rising to the occasion.
I mean, I feel like the same way that you doubted me, you doubted him. John Liam has been amazing.
Amazing,
He is
yeah.
he's so much more in love with her than I was in the beginning, which was really helpful
my God,
because
he's
I
so in
felt
love with her.
crazy where I was like, I hate her. I want to put her in a trash can. I don't. I was just really, I was overwhelmed and
I was overwhelmed when I had you because it was so close. And I didn't want to put you in a trash can, but I didn't like you that much.
yeah, every day was trying to avoid putting her in a trash can where John Liam was like, I love her so much. It was really cute.
But before she was born, he's like, somebody needs to watch me about shaken baby syndrome.
Yeah, John Liam was like, can somebody remind me not to shake her? I was like, why
Shake
do you
the
need to
baby.
be reminded?
I think that you guys don't realize that she's a newborn. Like you're doing things with her. Like he puts him on her shoulders.
Yeah, but
I mean, no, but it's not funny. Like seriously.
she
like,
loves it though.
Yeah.
She was just cooing and she said, Mama, I swear to God.
She didn't.
It just sounded like it, but she goes,
Mama, please.
and John Liam was like, did you just say mom? We freaked out. She didn't,
said
but
grandma.
like she did.
She said grandma. She looks so much like me.
She does look like that's okay. So that's the other thing. I think she's gonna have blue eyes.
I don't know.
I don't know. Her eyes around the pupils are super light and blue. I know like baby's eyes are like slate gray, bluish, but like they're turning already. I don't know.
They're lightning. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that when
Can you
when they
imagine?
see the pictures, everybody thinks that, but she does. And I have to find the picture that I'm talking about where she looks so much like me. Like I'm just sitting there with a diaper and just like whatever. I'm not kidding you. I know that it's ridiculous, but no, I mean she could look like me. Why not?
She could. It would be
and it could be worse.
It would be so crazy if I ended up with a blue-eyed child. People would be like, that is not your kid. They gave you another one.
No, because you have on both sides, John Liam's mother and father and me and, my dad and even my mom has very light eyes and your eyes are hazel. They're not really brown. So who knows? But that's either way.
Who cares? It doesn't matter. I'm just, it would just be so weird.
So cute.
She is really cute.
She is really like, wow. So this is I'm sure people are like fast forward.
Yeah, people are like, shut up. I don't care. The other thing people don't tell you about postpartum is you just constantly smell. I feel like I smell like an onion 24/7.
I know, you've told me that. I don't smell the onion and believe me, if you smell like an onion, I would know.
It's so gross. Like you just smell.
Does John Liam say that you smell?
No, and every time I say, he's like, you don't smell. And I'm like, everyone just let me live. Let me say what I need to say.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I think you're making that up.
I'm not making it up. It's real. I smell like an onion. John Liam, have you smelled me?
No, not once.
John Liam, come say hello. You have to say hello.
He wants you to say hello.
Wow, that is
Why?
not a good angle. You have a booger? I was just gonna say that you're the man with the
have a booger.
magic sperm that made Lola
She said you're the guy with the magic sperm that made Lola.
the perfect grandchild.
My little pet sperm.
That's what he calls Lola, my pet sperm. It's disgusting.
And he calls her Bucket.
And he calls her Bucket. Nobody knows why. He just
Nobody
thinks
knows
it would
why.
be cute if she was like in a bucket of sand. I don't know. It's very weird. Anyways, guys, that's the whole deal. I promise we won't talk about her that much moving forward.
Do you think
We'll do a Lola update every episode, obviously, but it won't be
I
a
mean,
full
just-
fucking
right.
episode of this shit. What did you say, John Liam?
You don't think your audience wants to know my experience?
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
they do. They do. Please come and tell us
What's your experience? Give me like a very short.
Cliff's notes. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your experience?
It was whatever.
What? No, Beva. No. He didn't say that.
It was whatever.
Is that what he's saying? It was whatever. Does he really mean that?
I don't know. It doesn't listen. It probably was whatever. How he was sitting there just waiting for this kid to be born for hours and hours. He didn't really have to be.
Was he glad I was there? Can we talk about me?
Were you glad that my mom was there?
Are you kidding me? Yes.
Yeah. Also, like when you obviously you stayed for like a couple more days after the birth and you were here helping and stuff.
He's like, don't leave.
He literally was like, why is she leaving? Like, why does she have to leave? Because you were so helpful. Those first couple days are like, whew, brutal.
Trust me, if I didn't have like major work, whatever, I would have been there longer. And I'm just like, I don't need it. Like the other day I was going to call you. I'm like, I can't go this long,
I know.
you know,
I know.
it's too long. So I'm just going to figure out my schedule because I have to go every month.
You totally can.
Yeah, no, I'm going to because I don't want her not to know me. You know
She's
what I
gonna
mean?
know you.
I know.
You made an imprint on her when she was born. They put her on my chest for like an hour for that skin to skin thing, and then they take her to like, clean her up, weigh her, all this stuff. And by that time, you were already back. And after they swaddled her and stuff, they gave her to you. And I was like, Mommy, John Liam hasn't even held her yet. You were the second person to hold her before her dad.
You intercepted Lola from
Yeah, you intercepted. So like
I didn't
she's probably
intercept.
more
They had
bonded
her.
with you than with John Liam.
Listen, I didn't intercept, guys. They
Herself.
had her there, like wailing, just like by herself, because a woman would step away to write stuff and she was in this thing naked and with her arms like this. I'm like, that's the last thing she needs when she was in this environment where everything was warm and safe,
Yeah. Well,
You should-
all that to
just-
say, she will not forget you. She knows you. So it'll be fine. Okay. John Liam said she's gonna forget you, but that's okay. What else? What else can we say?
What
this-
else? Nothing. Like, there's nothing else to say. I mean, we could talk a little bit about a little,
Don't
know.
worry, darling drama.
yeah, something.
Have you heard
It's-
about this Don't Worry, Darling drama?
Yes,
What do you know?
I know it all.
months ago.
Is this a test?
No, it's not a test. I just want to
Um,
know what you know.
Shia LaBeouf was basically replaced by Harry Styles, and everything that Olivia Wilde is saying about it is untrue. There's some kind
Yeah.
of whatever Frances Pugh, is her name Frances?
No,
Florence. Florence is pissed off at something, and there's this people are adding to the drama by saying that Harry Styles spit on that other guy and Harry would never do something like that. And
Yeah, I feel like everybody knows what's going on. If you don't, I'm so sorry. Read into it. We're not going to
Yeah.
explain it here. What I want to know is whose side are you on? What's
Harry.
No, but it's not Harry are you, if you're on Harry's side, does that mean you're on Olivia Wilde's side because he's
No, I
dating
don't
her?
like her.
What I told Gotti the other day was like, where she went wrong was lying, and now everything is tainted because of
Yeah.
the lie. Now I
Yeah.
don't believe a fucking word she says. Now I'm
And
like,
is the has anybody seen the movie? The
It's
people
not
in
out yet.
Venice, obviously. But the
it's
Venice
not out
people.
till the 23rd.
I find it to be some like Stanley Kubrick Eyes Wide Shut meets like the Truman Show meets Squid Games.
What? I
You know
don't
what I'm
think
saying?
that's what it is.
Well, no,
but
no, that's what it looks like to me. I don't know what it is. I'm
I
just telling
think-
you what it looks like to me.
I've been so excited to see this movie, and like this is not deterring me from watching it. If anything, I want to watch it even more.
Right.
So I don't think it's like it's water off Olivia Wilde's back. It's just, in the court of public opinion, I think she's just kind of like, we're done with you. You're a liar.
Do you think that relationship is going to last?
No, but the same way, listen, remember what I said about Kim
Yeah.
and Pete? And I was right.
I feel the same. Yeah. Yeah, you were right.
I'm so
but-
sorry, but that is not a lot. They're not going to like ride off into the sunset together. I think she's having fun. I think he's having fun. And then it's going to be over pretty soon.
I think he's having fun. I think she's taking it more seriously than that.
You think?
Oh, yeah. I think that she's much more smitten with him than he is with her. Oh, yeah. He's Harry Styles.
God. Guys, we're going to go see Harry Styles in LA in November. My mom and my sister. Make more noise, John Liam. Make more noise. Jesus.
Sorry.
You don't. Just go back into the room. We're gonna go see Harry Styles in November. I'm very excited.
I know. This
It's
is so
a
exciting.
birthday gift. Okay. I feel like we
I'm
should-
very, very excited.
Yeah, the Don't Worry Darling drama, I don't give a shit about. Ow.
What is that?
Pick it up. It's a-
Wanna try again?
no, but pick it up. You're gonna
Okay.
forget about it. I'm gonna get pissed. They're tater tots.
It's the Tater Tot podcast.
Did
Um,
he buy tater tots or did he make tater tots?
what do you think?
I think he ordered them.
Yeah, take a wild guess. She goes, did he make them or did he order them?
I made them.
I feel like we should wrap this up.
We should.
Don't
We
you?
should- Well, because we're not doing the podcast, this is just a little snippet of,
It's a little
we
snippet.
can't just go back like nothing's happened. Something
No,
big has
no, no,
happened
no.
and we will be back.
Next week we'll go back to our.
And there's a lot to
format.
talk about. There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot of drums.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama.
A
with
lot of
A
drama.
lot of different things.
Yeah.
Real Housewives is crazy, and
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
and
We'll have so
even-
much more fun stuff to talk about regarding Beverly Hills Housewives because next episode I think is going to be crazy.
I think that show has gone to hell.
I love it. I still love it so much.
You still love it?
Yeah. I do have a quiz question for you.
Oh, good.
It's not a millennial boomer thing.
Okay.
What is Lola's middle name?
Anya.
Oh,
Really?
I thought you didn't know.
It's just that Lola's such a cool big name that nobody's ever going to say her middle name.
Anya. How do you spell it?
AINA, ANIA, AYNA,
AINE. AINE. Because it's
A-
Gaelic, remember?
INE. I whatever.
I was just- Oh my God. How dare you talk about your grandchild that way? I'm gonna wake her up and I'm gonna tell her.
Yeah,
You're
go
talking shit
wake
about
her
her.
up. I want people to see her.
She's
Okay, let me see her again. She's so cute.
she's so
She
cute.
is so cute. Okay, a quiz question for you.
Hit me.
Okay. What is a lovin'?
11.
LOVEIN. Two separate words.
A love in. When you're in love in an inn. I don't know.
11 was very popular, I think, in the 60s. And this was really before my time, honestly. But it is a peaceful demonstration, peaceful protest, which includes just meditation and chanting and sex and recreational drugs. It was very common during the John Lennon, Yoko, with flower children, whatever.
It's a
It was
peaceful
called 11.
protest, though.
Yeah, it's a peaceful, instead of protesting, whatever, they just go
They just
in
like meditate.
public, meditate, but also have sex and do
Was it
drugs.
effective?
I don't think so. I don't know. Look it up. Did John
11.
Liam know what it is?
Probably not.
No, that's really way before your time. I just came across that and I was like, good question.
We'll do better ones next time.
We're gonna
because
do
we're
better
shit.
ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, thanks for listening to this chaotic episode. As always, you can follow us on Instagram at OKBoomer, the pod. Is that our handle?
OKAY, the pod.
Is that it? I don't.
Yes,
I
that
actually
is
don't know.
it.
Okay.
That is it.
You can
And
follow me at Beba_Rod.
but you're gonna start posting?
I'm posting more. Did you see that cool video I posted about
No.
Pound It?
I know, but you should have put that as because not everybody looks at the stories.
I know. I actually think I'm going to start posting
That's
on
what
the
I
grid
mean.
more.
You need to, yeah. Because
I
a lot of
think it's
people don't bother
time.
go to stories. And that one's so cute. Can I repost that?
Yeah, you can repost it.
Okay. Because my followers need their dose of Lola.
Their dose of Lola. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now you got them
frequently.
hooked on Lola.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can follow my mom at Anna Cooks.
Yeah. ANAQOOKS, and just subscribe and review and
Yeah, do all the things.
do all the things so that
We're
we can
back,
keep
baby.
doing it. We're back and
we're
next
not
time
going
we're-
anywhere.
we need this outlet.
We might go somewhere, but not now.
Not now.
Okay.
Not now. All right. I was hoping that Lola would wake up, but can you send me a video when she does, please?
Yes, I will.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
Don't have
focus
body
on my body.
issues.
Yeah,
Huh?
easier
Yeah,
said
don't
than
focus
done.
on your body. You look amazing. You're doing such a great job.
Thanks.
You're already an amazing mom. You have who to take after. And and I'll see you soon. I
I'll
love you.
see you soon. See you next week. Bye, guys.